Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. So in today's lecture, we will study chapter Continuity and Differentiability in CERT section 5.3 and 5.3.1. So let us start. The images, text and other materials used in our presentations are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the content immediately. Please note that parts of the content may have been generated using generative AI, which is experimental. So in this part, we will study differentiability. We will study theorem 3 of NCERT. We will 3 corollary 1, derivatives of composite functions. Theorem 4, which is chain rule. Example 21, right? So let us start. NCERT section 5.3. Let us start. Suppose f is a real function and c is a point in its domain. So the derivative of f at c is defined by. So the derivative of function f at c will be defined by limit extending to 0 f of c plus h minus fc upon h, right? F of c plus h minus f of c upon h, right? Provided this limit exists, derivative of f at c denoted by f dash c, right? Or d of fx upon dx at c, right? And the function will be defined by f dash h is equal to limit h tending to 0 f of x plus h minus fx upon h, right? Clear? Now the derivative of f denoted by f dash x or dx, d of fx upon dx, or if y is equal to fx, we can write dy by dx or y dash, right? So the process of finding derivative of a function is called differentiation, right? What is differentiation? It is basically the process of finding the derivative of a function, right? We also use the phrase difference fx with respect to x to mean find f dash x, right? We also use the phase difference of fx with respect to x to mean, right, find f dash x. Got it? The following rules were established as a part of algebra of derivatives. So we are discussing now the rules of derivative. Got it? So first rule is u plus minus v of dash will be equal to u dash plus minus v dash, right? If a function, suppose fx plus gx, then differentiation of fx plus gx will be f dash x plus g dash x, right? Clear? So first rule is basically u plus minus v dash will be equal to u dash plus minus v dash, okay? Second is product rule, which is also called Leibniz rule or product rule, right? Which is u into v dash is basically equal to u dash v plus uv dash, right? U into v dash is basically equal to u dash v plus uv dash, right? Clear? So like how can we find the product of derivative? See, first we will keep one function out and differentiate other, right? Plus we will keep other function out and differentiate one, right? So first we are keeping v out and differentiating u, which is u dash, plus we are keeping u out and differentiating v, which is v dash, right? So u dash v plus uv dash, which is Leibniz or product rule, okay? Third, quotient rule. Third is quotient rule, which is u upon v dash will be equal to u dash v minus uv dash upon v square, right? Clear? U dash v minus uv dash upon v square, where v not equal to 0, right? V will not equal to 0. Clear? This is called quotient rule, okay? This is called quotient rule, okay? So the following table gives the list of derivatives of certain standard function, right? You need to remember the derivative of some standard function, which are as follows, right? So here is table in front of you, so you need to remember the derivative of this standard function, right? So here first row is basically the row of fx, and second row is basically row of f dash x, right? So if fx is x to the power n, if fx is x to the power n, then f dash x will be n x to the power n minus 1, right? If fx is x to the power n, then f dash x will be n x to the power n minus 1. Clear? And if fx is sin x, then f dash x will be cos x, right? If fx is sin x, then f dash x will be cos x. If fx is cos x, then f dash x will be minus sin x, right? If fx is cos x, then f dash x will be, if fx is cos x, then f dash x will be minus sin x, right? And if fx is tan x, then f dash x will be sec square x, right? So you need to remember the derivative of this standard function, okay? Okay, let us move further. Now NCERT section 5.3, theorem 3. Theorem 3 says, if a function f is differentiable at a point c, then it is also continuous at that point, right? If a function f is differentiable at a point c, then it is also continuous at that point, right? Okay. Okay, let us see proof of this theorem, right? How can we prove this theorem? Since f is differentiable at c, since f is differentiable at c, we have limit extending to c fx minus fx minus fc upon x minus c, and it will be equal to f dash c, right? Since f is differentiable at c, therefore we can write it as, we have limit extending to c fx minus f of c upon x minus c will be f dash c. We have just seen, right? But for x not equal to c, we have fx minus fc. Fx minus xc will be equal to fx minus fc upon x minus c into x minus c, right? We can write fx minus fc as fx minus fc upon x minus c into x minus c, right? Therefore, limit extending to c fx minus fc will be equal to limit extending to c fx minus fc upon x minus c into x minus c, right? Therefore, limit extending to c fx minus limit extending to c fc will be equal to limit extending to c fx minus fc upon x minus c into limit extending to c x minus c. Got it? Therefore, you can write it as c f dash c. This will be f dash. This term will be f dash c, and this term will be 0, right? So f dash c into 0 will be equal to 0. Got it? Will be equal to 0. So finally, limit extend. So we can say finally that limit extending to c fx is equal to f of c, right? Limit extending to c fx will be equal to f of c. Got it? So we can say that if a function is differentiable at c, it will be continuous. It will also be continuous at c. Clear? So this is the condition of continuity that we have already studied, right? This is the condition of continuity. Okay. Okay. Let us move to the next part. NCERT section 5.3 corollary 1, right? Every differentiable function is continuous, right? Every differentiable function is continuous. We remark that the converse of the above statement is not true, right? Every differentiable function is continuous, but every continuous function is not differentiable, right? So the converse of the above statement will not be true. Indeed, we have seen that the function defined by fx is equal to mod x is a continuous function, right? Consider the left hand limit, right? For this one, limit extending to 0 minus f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 upon h, which will be equal to minus of h upon h, which is equal to -1, right? Now let us see the right hand limit of the given function. It will be equal to limit extending to 0 plus f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 upon h, which will be equal to h upon h, right? Which is equal to 1, right? Since the above left hand and the right hand limits at 0 are not equal, therefore limit extending to 0 f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 upon h does not exist, and hence f is not differentiable at 0, right? We can say that f is not differentiable at 0. Thus f is not a differentiable function, right? Thus f is not a differentiable function. Okay. right? So since mod x is basically continuous, but it is not differentiable, right? Therefore, we can say that every differentiable function, every continuous function is a every differentiable function will always be continuous, but every continuous function will not always be differentiable, right? Converse is not true basically, right? Okay, let's move to the next part, which is NCERT section 5.3.1, which is derivative of composite functions, right? So to study the derivative of composite functions, we start with an illustrative example. Say we want to find the derivative of function f, where fx is basically 2x plus 1 whole cube, right? Fx is given as 2x plus 1 whole cube, right? So one way is to expand 2x plus 1 whole cube using binomial theorem, and we find the derivative as polynomial function as illustrated below. Okay, now let us see d upon dx of fx, right? dfx upon dx, which will be equal to d upon dx of 2x plus 1 whole cube, right? d upon dx of 2x plus 1 whole cube, which will be equal to d upon dx of 8x cube plus 12x square plus 6x plus 1, right? Got it? So derivative of 8x cube will be 24x square, 12x square is 24x, and 6x is 6, right? So if we take 6 common, it will be equal to 6 times 2x plus 1 whole square, right? Now we can observe that fx is basically h of gx, right? Fx is basically h of gx, where gx is basically 2x plus 1 and hx is x cube, right? Gx is 2x plus 1 and hx is x cube. So fx is basically h of gx. Got it? Hog. Now let us put t is equal to gx, right? Let us put t is equal to gx, which is equal to 2x plus 1, right? So t is basically 2x plus 1. We have assumed that. Then fx will be equal to ht, right? Fx will be equal to h of t, which is equal to t cube. Thus df upon dx will be equal to 6 times 2x plus 1 whole square, right? Df upon dx will be equal to 6 times 2x plus 1 whole square. Okay. So it will be equal to 3 times 2x plus 1 whole square into 2, right? 3 times 2x plus 1 whole square into 2, right? Which is equal to 3t square into 2, which will be equal to dh by dt into dt by dx, right? Which will be equal to dh by dt into dt by dx, right? Clear? Is it clear to all? Okay. Okay, let us move to the next section. Theorem 4, NCERT section 5.2, NCERT section 5.3, theorem 4, which is chain rule. So let us see. Let f be real valued function, which is a composite of two functions u and v, right? That is, f is basically VOU, right? F is VOU. Now let us see. Suppose t is equal to ux, right? Suppose t is equal to ux, and if both dt upon dx and dv upon dx will exist, then we can say that we have df upon dx will be equal to dv upon dx into dt upon dx, right? Now let us see NCERT section 5.3, example 21, right? We have seen chain rule. Now let us see NCERT section 5.3, example 21. So you have to basically find the derivative of the function which is given by fx equal to sin x square, right? So how can you find the derivative of the given function fx, which is sin x square? So we can apply chain rule, right? We can assume x square as t, right? We can assume x square as t. Clear? So it will be like sin t, right? It will be sin t. So we have to take derivative of sin t. So we can take ht as sin t, right? Clear? So differentiation will be dh upon dt into dt upon dx, right? dh upon dt into dt upon dx, right? And by using chain rule, we can easily differentiate the given function. Okay. So let us see. see the solution. Observe that the given function is composite of two functions, right? So indeed we can indeed if t is equal to ux, which is x square, then vt is basically sine t. Vt is basically sine t, right? So then we can write fx will be v o u x, which is v of ux, right? Which is v of sine x, v of x square, right? Which will be sine x square. Okay. So put t is equal to ux now. Put t is equal to ux now. Let us assume t is equal to x square, right? T is equal to x square. Okay. Now you can observe that dv upon dt is basically cos t, right? And dt upon dx is basically 2x. Clear? Hence, by chain rule, we can say that df upon dx will be equal to dv upon dt into dt upon dx, right? Df upon dx will be equal to dv upon dt into dt upon dx. Now, dv upon dt is basically cos t and dt upon dx is basically 2x. Okay. So it is normal practice to express the final result only in terms of x, right? So like we have assumed t, but in question there was no t, right? So we will replace t with the x that we had assumed, right? Thus df upon dx will be equal to cos t into 2x, which is equal to cos t will be cos x square, which is, so df upon dx will be 2x cos x square, right? So df upon dx will be equal to 2x cos x square. Okay. Okay. So let us now start with the continuity and differentiability NCERT exercise 5.2, right? Continuity and differentiability NCERT exercise 5.2. So let us start now. So the images, text and other materials used in our representations are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the content immediately. Please note that parts of the content may have been generated using generative AI, which is experimental. So we will discuss NCERT exercise 5.2, right? NCERT exercise 5.2. Let us start. Question number 1, NCERT exercise 5.2. Question number 1 is basically differentiate the function with respect to x, right? We have to differentiate the function with respect to x. Okay. So I'm giving you 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After that, we will discuss the solution part, right? Okay. So let us discuss the solution part now. Differentiate the function with respect to x, right? We have to differentiate the function sine x square plus 5 with respect to x. Okay. So let fx is equal to sine x square plus 5. So ux will be x square plus 5, right? So ux will be x square plus 5, right? And let take vt, which will be equal to sine of t, right? Vt will be equal to sine of t. Okay. Then VOU x will be equal to v of ux, which is equal to v of x square plus 5. Okay. Clear? V of x square plus 5, which is equal to 10 of x square plus 5, right? Which is equal to sine of x square plus 5. Not 10, which is equal to sine of x square plus 5. Okay. Right. Let us take as fx. Okay. Thus f is composite of two functions, right? Now put t is equal to ux. Put t is equal to ux, which is x square plus 5, right? Clear? So put t is equal to ux, which is x square plus 5. Then we can obtain dv upon dt will be equal to d upon dt of sine t, which will be equal to cos t, right? Differentiation of sine t is cos t, we all know, right? And t is basically u square plus x square plus 5. So it will be cos of x square plus 5. Okay. Now dt upon dx will be d upon dx of x square plus 5, which is equal to d upon dx of x square plus d upon dx of 5, which is equal to 2x plus 0, which is equal to 2x, right? Which will be equal to 2x. Okay. Therefore, by chain rule, we can say that df upon dx will be equal to dv upon dt into dt upon dx, right? And which will be equal to cos of x square plus 5 into 2x, right? And the correct answer will be 2x cos square x plus 5, right? Correct answer will be 2x cos square x plus 5, okay? Okay, let us discuss next question. Now let us see alternate method of the previous question. You can directly differentiate d upon dx of sin x square plus 5, which will be equal to, by using chain rule, cos of x square plus 5 into d upon dx, right, into x square, d upon dx of x square plus 5, right? So previous method was very lengthy. You can directly differentiate cos of x square plus 5 into cos of x square plus 5 into, now differentiation of d upon dx of x square plus 5, which will be equal to d upon dx of x square plus d upon dx of 5, right? Clear? Which will be equal to cos of x square plus 5 into 2x, okay? So the final answer will be 2x into cos of x square plus 5, okay? Now let us discuss the next question. Question number 2. Differentiate the function with respect to x. You have to basically differentiate the given function with respect to x, right? Cos x, cos of sin x, right? You have to differentiate cos of sin x, right? How can we differentiate? We will apply chain rule, right? So again, I'm giving you 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After that, we'll move to the solution part, right? Okay, let's move to the solution part now. See, we have the function cos of sin x, right? And we have to basically differentiate this. So let fx is cos of sin x, right? Let fx is basically cos of sin x. So ux will be sin x, right? And vt, let us take vt. Vt is basically cos t, right? Then VOU will be equal to v of ux, which is equal to v of sin x, right? Which is basically cos of sin x, right? And it is equal to fx. Thus, f is composite function of two functions, right? So put t is equal to ux, which is sin x, right? Let us put t is equal to ux, which is sin x. Therefore, dv upon dt will be equal to d upon dt cos t, right? dv upon dt will be equal to d upon dt cos t, which is equal to minus of sin t, right? Minus of sin t, and it will be equal to minus of sin x, right? dv upon dt will be equal to minus of sin x. Now, dt upon dx will be equal to d upon dx of sin x, right? d upon dx of sin x, d upon dx of sin x, which is equal to cos x, because we know that differentiation of sin x is basically cos x, right? So by chain rule, what can we say? df upon dx will be equal to dv upon dt into dt upon dx, right? df upon dx will be equal to dv upon dt into dt upon dx, which will be equal to minus of sin x into cos x, right? So the final answer will be minus of cos x into sin x, minus of cos x into sin of sin x, right? This will be our correct answer, okay? Clear? So let us see alternate method, which is shortest method. See, you can directly apply chain rule. D upon dx of cos of sin x will be equal to minus of sin x into d upon dx of sin x, right? Which will be equal to minus of sin x, minus of sin x into cos x, right? Which will come out to as minus of cos x into sin x, right? Which will be equal to minus of cos x into sin of sin x, okay? So let us discuss question number 3, which is NCERT exercise 5.2, question number 3. Differentiate the function with respect to x, and the function is sine of ax plus b, right? Sine of ax plus b. In this question also, we can easily apply chain rule, right? Clear? We can easily apply chain rule and you can solve easily, right? Okay, again, I'm giving you 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After that, we'll move to the solution part, right? Okay, let us move to the solution part now. We have to basically differentiate the function with respect to x, and the function is basically sine of ax plus b. How can we differentiate? See, first we will try with the composite function method, right? So let fx is sine ax plus b, and ux is basically ax plus b, right? And let us take vt as sine t. So v o u will be equal to v of ux, which is equal to v of ax plus b, right? Which is basically sine of ax plus b, right? Which is f of x, right? Thus, f is composite function of two functions u and v, right? Fx is basically composite functions of two functions u and v, right? Let us put t is equal to ux, which is equal to ax plus b, right? Let us put t is equal to ux, which is ax plus b. Therefore, we can say dv upon dt will be equal to d upon dt of sine t, right? Which is equal to cos of t, right? D upon dt of sine t will be equal to cos t, which is equal to cos of ax plus b, right? So it will be equal to dt upon dx will be equal to d upon dx of ax plus b, which will be equal to d upon dx of ax plus d upon dx of b, right? D upon dx of ax plus d upon dx of b, which will be equal to a plus 0, right? Which is equal to a, right? Hence, by the chain rule, we obtain df upon dx will be equal to dv upon dt into dt upon dx, right? Which is equal to cos ax plus b into a, right? Which is equal to cos ax plus b into a, right? Which will be equal to a cos ax plus b, right? A cos ax plus b. Got it? So df upon dx will be equal to a cos ax plus b, right? So let us see the alternate method, which is shortest one. So you can directly differentiate d upon dx of sine ax plus b. So differentiation of sine ax plus b will be equal to cos ax plus b. Now let us move interior, right? We have differentiated sine x. Now we will move differentiate ax plus b. Now into differentiation of d upon dx of ax plus b. Clear? So it will be cos of ax plus b into d upon dx of ax plus d upon dx of b, which is equal to cos ax plus b into a plus 0. Cos ax plus b into a plus 0. Okay. So it will be equal to a cos ax plus b, right? A cos ax plus b. So our final answer is a cos ax plus b, right? So final answer will be a cos ax plus b. Okay, let us discuss the next question. Next question is question number 4, NCERT exercise 5.2, question number 4. You have to differentiate the function with respect to x, and the function is sec tan root x, right? Function is sec of tan root x, right? So how can we differentiate? You can start differentiating. You all can. So again, we will try to apply the chain rule, right? We will try to apply the chain rule. Okay. Okay. So I'm giving you 15 seconds to solve or think about this question. After that, we will discuss the solution part, right? Okay, let us move to the solution part. See, let us see the solution part. What can we do? Let fx is equal to sec tan root x, ux is basically root x, vt is basically tan t, and ws is basically sec s, right? Ws is basically sec s. Then w v u w o v o u x will be equal to w of v of ux, which is equal to w of v of root x, which will be equal to w of tan root x, which will be equal to sec tan root x, right? Let us assume this as fx. Okay. Thus f is a composite function of three functions, which is u, v, and w. Okay. Now put s is equal to vt, and it will be equal to tan t, right? And t is equal to ux, and it is equal to root x. Okay. Then what can we do? dw upon dx will be equal to d upon ds of sec s, right? Clear? dw of ds will be d upon ds of sec s, which is equal to sec s tan s, right? And you can put the value of s, which is tan t. So sec tan t into tan t, since s is equal to tan t, right? Which is equal to sec tan root x into, now t is basically root x, so you can write it as sec tan root x into tan root x, since t is equal to root x, right? Now ds upon dt, let us calculate ds upon dt, which is equal to d upon dt of tan t, which is equal to sec square t, right? And t is root x, so we can write it as sec square root x. Okay. Clear? Now let us calculate dt upon dx, which will be equal to d upon dx of root x, which is equal to d upon dx of x to the power 1 by 2, right? And which will be equal to 1 by 2 into x to the power 1 by 2 minus 1, right, and which will be equal to 1 by 2 root x, right, 1 by 2 root x, right. Hence by the chain rule we obtain df upon dx will be equal to dw upon ds into ds upon dt into dt upon dx, right. This is the chain rule. So we can write it as sec 10 root x into 10 root x into sec square root x into 1 by 2 root x. This will be the right answer. Okay. So by adjusting this, we can write it as equal to 1 by 2 root x sec square root x sec 10 root x into 10 root x. Okay. Clear? Which will be equal to sec square root x sec 10 root x 10 root x upon 2 root x. This will be the right answer. Okay. This will be the right answer. Clear? Let us see alternate method, which will be equal to d upon dx of sec 10 root x into sec 10 root x into 10 root x into d upon dx of 10 root x, right, d upon dx of 10 root x, which will be equal to sec 10 root x into 10 root x into sec square root x into d upon dx of root x. Clear? Which will be equal to sec of 10 root x into 10 root x into sec square root x into 1 upon 2 root x, right, 1 upon 2 root x, which after solving we will get sec of 10 root x into 10 root x sec square root x upon 2 root x. Clear? Hence this will be our required answer. Okay. Okay, let us discuss next question. Next question is NCERT section NCERT exercise 5.2, question number 5. Question is differentiate the function with respect to x, and the function is sine of ax plus b upon cos of cx plus d, right? Clear? How can we apply this? How can we differentiate this? We will apply quotient rule as well as chain rule, right? We will apply quotient rule as well as chain rule, right? Clear? So we will apply quotient rule as well as chain rule. Okay, I am giving you 20 seconds to solve or think about this question. After that, we will move to the solution part, right? Okay, let's move to the solution part. We have to basically differentiate the function with respect to x, and the function is sine of ax plus b upon cos of cx plus d, right? So the given function is fx is equal to sine ax plus b upon cos cx plus d, which is equal to gx upon hx, right? Where gx is sine ax plus b, right? And gx is sine ax plus b, and hx is basically cos cx plus d, right? Hx is basically cos cx plus d, right? Now f dash will be g dash h minus gh dash upon h square, right? F dash will be, by using quotient rule, g dash h minus gh dash upon h square, right? So consider gx is equal to sine ax plus b. Consider gx is equal to sine ax plus b. Let ux will be ax plus b and vt will be sine t, right? Then VOUX will be equal to V of ux, which is equal to V of ax plus b, right? Which is equal to sine ax plus b, which is equal to gx, right? Therefore, g is composite function of two functions u and v, right? G is composite function of two functions u and v. Okay. Now let us see. Put t is equal to ux, which is ax plus b, right? Let t is equal to ax plus b, which is ux. So dv upon dt will be d upon dt of sine t, which is basically cos t, right? And t is basically ax plus b, so we can write it as cos of ax plus b. Now let us calculate dt upon dx, which is equal to d upon dx of ax plus b, which is equal to d upon dx of ax plus d upon dx of b, which is equal to a plus 0, right? Which is equal to a. Okay. Therefore, by chain rule, we can obtain g dash will be equal to dg upon dx, which is equal to dv upon dt into dt upon dx, which is equal to cos ax plus b into a, right? Which is a cos ax plus b, right? Now consider hx is equal to cos cx plus d. So let px equal to cx plus d. So qx will be equal to cos y, right? Then q of p will x will be equal to q of px, which is equal to q of cx plus d, right? Which is cos of cx plus d. Clear? And let us assume this as hx. Therefore, h is composite function of two functions p and q, right? Therefore, y will be equal to px, which is equal to cx plus d, right? So dq by dy will be equal to d upon dy of cos y, which is equal to minus sin y, right? And which is equal to minus of sin cx plus d. Therefore, dy by dx will be equal to d upon dx of cx plus d, which is equal to d upon dx of cx plus d upon dx of d, which is equal to c, right? Therefore, by chain rule, we obtain h dash is equal to dh upon dx, which is equal to dq upon dy into dy upon dx, which will be equal to minus of c sin cx plus d, right? So f dash will be finally equal to a cos ax plus b into cos cx plus d minus sin ax plus b minus sin minus c sin cx plus d upon cos cx plus d whole square. Okay, right? Clear? So it will be further equal to a cos ax plus b upon cos cx plus d plus c sin ax plus b into sin cx plus d upon cos cx plus d into 1 upon cos cx plus d, right? Which will be finally equal to a cos ax plus b sec cx plus d plus c sin ax plus b into tan cx plus d into sec cx plus d, right? Clear? This will be the final answer. Okay, clear? Okay. Okay, hope all questions were clear. Okay, thank you so much.